Hello everyone, my name is Rehandiko Efrian Afimansyah, and in this part, I will introduce the basic concept of morpheme and how we analyze it in linguistics. First, what is a morpheme? A morpheme is the smallest unit of meaning in a language. It cannot be divided into smaller parts that still carry meaning. For example, in the word cat, we have two morphemes. Cat, which means the animal, and s, which indicates plural. There are two main types of morphemes: free morphemes and bound morphemes. A free morpheme can stand alone as a word, like book, run, or happy. Meanwhile, a bound morpheme cannot stand alone. It must attach to another morpheme. Examples include prefixes like an and suffixes like ness or ed. In morphological analysis, we look at how these morphemes combine to form words. This helps us understand the structure and meaning of words in different languages. Now let's move to examples in English, especially words with the suffixes er and est. Let's start with er. In English, the suffix er can have two different functions. First, it can form a comparative adjective, as in taller from tall. Second, it can form a noun that describes a person who performs an action, like teacher from teach or runner from run. Next, the suffix est is used to form the superlative degree of adjectives, like tallest from tall. Both er and est are examples of bound morphemes because they cannot stand alone. Meanwhile, the base words like tall, teach, and run are free morphemes. They can exist independently as words.
Now I will explain about the Paku language, a fictional language used to practice morphological analysis. The goal here is to find the morpheme that show plural meaning. Even though this language is not real, it helps us understand how morphemes work in any language. In Paku, me means I and many means we. Then ye means you for singular and yeni means you in plural. We means he and weni means they for males. Wa means she and wani means they for females. Next, we have abuma means girl and abumani means girls. Adusa means boy and adusani means boys. Abu means child and abuni means children. And lastly, paku means one paku and pakuni means more than one paku. If we compare the singular and plural form, we can see that all plural form end with ni while the singular ones don't. So the difference between singular and plural is the addition of ni at the end of the word. Therefore, we can conclude that ni is a plural morpheme in the Paku language. The morpheme ni adds plural meaning. It's similar to s or es in English. For example, in English we have cat become cats, and in Paku we have paku becomes pakuni. This process is called suffixation because the morpheme is added at the end of the word. In short, the Paku language shows how morphological analysis help us find patterns and meaning in word forms. By comparing singular and plural pairs, we identify ni as the plural suffix. This example makes it easier to understand how the language use morpheme to change meaning.
I will focus on explaining exercise 1A, which asks us to analyze morphemes in Zulu nouns. In this exercise, we are looking at Zulu nouns to identify which parts of the words represent singular, which represent plural, and what the root or stem of each word is. Alright, let's see the questions. The instructions say, consider the following nouns in Zulu and proceed to look for the recurring forms. Note that the ordering of morphemes is not identical across languages. Thus, what is a prefix in one language may be a suffix or an infix in another. So, what we need to do is look at the words and see which parts repeat and what meaning those repeated parts carry. In the data, we have word pairs in Zulu. Umfazi means married woman and Abafazi means married women. Umfana means boy and Abafana means boys. Umzali means parent and Abazali means parents. Umfundi means teacher and Abafundi means teachers. Umbazi means carver and Ababazi means carvers. Umlimi means farmer and Abalimi means farmers. Umdradi means player and Abadadi means players. And Umfundi means reader and Abafundi means readers. If we compare singular forms with their plural forms, we notice a pattern. Every singular noun begins with Example, Umfazi, Umfana, and Umzali. Every plural noun begins with Aba. Example, Abafazi, Abafana, and Abazali. So we can conclude is singular marker and Aba is plural marker. When we remove these prefixes, the remaining part of the word holds the basic meaning. The remaining part is the stem. Alright, now let's answer the questions. A. What is the morpheme meaning singular in Zulu? The singular morpheme is B. What is the morpheme meaning plural in Zulu? The plural morpheme is Aba. And C. List the Zulu stems and their meanings to which the singular and plural morphemes are attached. So, here is the list of stems and their meanings. The stem Fazi means married woman. The stem Fana means boy. The stem Zali means parent. The stem Fundisi means teacher. The stem Bazi means carver. The stem Limi means farmer. The stem Glali means player. And the stem Fundi means reader. So, the pattern is plus stem is singular, Aba plus stem is plural. So, in conclusion, by comparing repeating patterns, we can identify how Zulu forms singular and plural nouns. Even though we don't speak Zulu, morphological analysis allows us to understand the structure simply by examining how meaning is consistently marked in the language. Alright, that's all for me. Continue to the next presenter.
Next, exercise 1, part B. In Zulu, many verbs are created from noun stem by adding a verbal suffix. Here are some examples. Pundisa means to teach. Punda means to read. Lima means to cultivate. Baza means to cut. We can notice that all these verbs end with the same ending a. That ending shows that the word is a verb in Zulu. So, the stem of the word carries the meaning, like pun for read, and the suffix a shows the verb category. Now, take a look on the D question. Compare these to the words in section A that are related in meaning. For example, Pundisi means teacher, Aba Pundisi means teachers, Pundisa means to teach. What is the derivational suffix morpheme that specifies the category verb? From the examples above, we can see that all Zulu verbs end with a. So, a is the verbal suffix that shows the word is a verb. So, the answer is the derivational suffix for verb is a. How to find it? Look at the pattern. Every word that functions as a verb ends with a. Next, question E. What is the nominal suffix morpheme? That is, the suffix that forms nouns. Let's take a look at these examples. Pundisi means teacher, Aba Pundisi means teachers. These nouns are related to the verb pundisa, to teach. When the word becomes a noun, the ending changes from a, verb, to e, noun. So the answer for this question, the nominal suffix morpheme is E. How to find it? Just compare the endings. Verbs end with A and noun ends with E. Next, question F. What is the morphological noun formation rule in Zulu? In Zulu, a noun is formed by adding a noun class prefix such as for singular or aba for plural, and the verb stem, the main meaning part. The last one, the noun suffix e. So the structure is nouns equal prefix plus stem plus suffix e. For example, as prefix, pundis as stem, and e as suffix. So pundisi means teacher. The answer for this question, the morphological noun formation rule is add a noun prefix. It can be or aba and the suffix e to the verb stem. Next, question G. What is the stem morpheme's meaning read? From punda to read. If we remove the suffix a, the remaining part pun carries the meaning read. So the answer for this question, the stem morpheme for read is pun. How to find it? A stem morpheme is what's left after removing the suffix. Punda, when we remove a, become pun. And the last question, what is the stem morpheme meanings cut? The verb baza means to cut. So when we remove the suffix a, we get buzz, which is the stem. So the answer for this question, the stem morpheme for cut is buzz. How to find it? Just remove a from baza. So the remaining base is the stem buzz.
Hello everyone, in this part I'm going to explain the questions about the Michoacan Aztec language, which is all about how words are built from smaller meaningful parts called morpheme. So, instead of just guessing the answer, we'll figure out how we can know what each part of the word means by comparing the patterns in the example. Step 1. Looking at the data. Let's start with this word. Nokali means my house. Mokali means your house. Ikali means his house. If you look carefully, all of them have the same ending, kali. So we can say kali means house. What changed is the beginning no, mo, and e. And notice how the meaning changed to my, your, and his. That means the prefix show who owns the house. So no means my, mo means your, and e means his. This is how we identify the meaning by comparing forms that look similar but have different meanings. Step 2. Looking at the plural ending. Now, let's take some other example. Nokalimas means my houses. Mopelamas means your dogs. Here, both words end with mas. When mas appears, the meaning changes from singular to plural, from house to houses, from dog to dogs. So, mas clearly means plural or more than one. Step 3. The general patterns. From those examples, we can see a clear word structures patterns. Prefix ownership plus root main meanings plus suffix plural marker. For example, no plus kali plus mas. No kalimas means my houses. E plus pelo plus mas. E pelomas means his dogs. Now, let's explain the questions. The morpheme meaning house is, let's look at the data. We have no kali means my house, mo kali means your house, and e kali means his house. All these words have the same part kali, and that part always means house. The beginning no, mo, and e only show the owner. So, the correct answer is kali, because kali carries the meaning house. Question B. The morpheme meaning cornfield is, let's find the word for cornfield first. It's huahmili. And when we add mas, it becomes plural, huahmilimas, cornfields. So, the correct answer is huahmilimas because mas show the plural form. Question C. The word meaning his dog is, let's look at the word for dog. We have mo pelo means your dog, and ipalomas means his dog. If we analyze epalamas, it's made up of a three part. E means his, palo means dog, and mas means plural. So, E plus palo plus mas literally means his dog, and the correct answer is epalamas. Question D. If the word meaning friends in this language is mahwa, then what does my friends means? Okay, now we already know no means my, mas means plural. So, if friends mahwa, my friends is no plus mahwa plus mas. No mahwa mas. That's the correct answer. Question E. The word meaning dog in this language is, we've seen mopelo means your dog. So if we remove the prefix mo, means your, we get pelo. So pelo alone means dog. The correct answer is pelo. So, from this analysis, we can see that the Michoacan Aztec language has a very systematic word structures. The prefix show ownership, the root carries the main meaning, and the suffix show whether it's singular or plural. So basically, by comparing similar words and their meanings, we can find the function of each morpheme. And that's exactly how morphological analysis works.
Alright, now let's move on to the last part of our presentation, which is exercise 3. In this exercise, we are given several Dutch verbs, and we need to find the morphological rules used to form their infinitive and past participle forms. In the table, we have four verb roots: wandel, do, zag, and stuvzat. Each of them has an infinitive and past participle form like this. For part A, we need to state the morphological rule for forming an infinitive in Dutch. If we look closely, every infinitive form ends with "n". That means the infinitive is made by adding the suffix "n" to the root. So the rule is root plus "n" infinitive. Let's check this with the examples. Wandel plus "n", wandelen; zoo plus "n", doen; zag plus "n", zagen; stufzag plus "n", stufzagen. So, all infinitives follow the same suffixing pattern. Now, for part B, we need to explain how the past participle is formed. In this case, we can see that all past participles begin with "ge" and end with "de" or "te". This shows that Dutch uses a circumfix, which means adding a morpheme both at the beginning and the end of the root. The rule can be stated as "ge" plus root plus "de" or "te" past participle. Let's apply this rule to all the examples. Ge plus wandel plus de, gewandeld; ge plus do plus de, gedood; ge plus zeg plus de, gezet; ge plus stufzeg plus de, gestufzeld. To sum up, the infinitive form in Dutch is created by suffixing "n" to the root, and the past participle form is created by circumfixing "ge" and "de" or "te" around the root. Conclusion: from this chapter, we can understand that words are not random combinations of sounds or letters, but structured systems made up of meaningful elements. Morphological analysis also allows us to compare how different languages express similar ideas such as plurality or degree using different morphemes. Overall, this approach shows that language is systematic and patterned, and by studying its structure, we gain deeper insight into how meaning is formed and communicates. That's all from our group presentation. Thank you for watching.